Today we're going to look at a lab about testing for ions in solution. So for this demo, I'm going to test for lead ions in solution. So I'll need a control. This is pure water, so when I try the reaction, I should get no reaction. This is a reference. This solution I know has the lead in it, so I can see what a positive test looks like. This is tap water that I'm going to test, and this is pond water that I'm going to test. So the reaction I'm going to look for, in my reference I have lead, and then in a dropper ball I have some chlorine ions that I'm going to add. And I'm going to see solid lead chloride form. Now later there might be this in the tap water and in the pond water, but we'll have to see. So before I get started, I'm going to take and write down on my sheet my initial observations of the control. Okay, clear and colorless, right? It doesn't have a color and I can see through it. My reference that should have the ion in it, that's looking a little cloudy and I would say colorless. My tap water is clear and colorless, and my pond water is definitely a little on the brown side and a little cloudy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pipette and I'm going to add some right here into the control. I'm going to take some of my reference and I'm going to put it right in here. I'm going to take some of my tap water and I'm going to add it right in here. And then finally, I'm going to mix this pond water up, but then I'm going to put some pond water right in here. Now, I've put this on brown paper to give it a little bit of contrast. Your lab bench may work out really well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the solution that has chlorine ions in it. So here in my control, I should see no reaction because there should be nothing in there but pure water. Here is my reference. Oh boy. All right, that's definitely a reaction. So that's going to be the lead chloride. Now let's see if I see that in my tap water. I hope not. Okay, tap water's still looking pretty good. Now let's look at my pond water. Well, thank goodness it doesn't look like there's any lead in my pond water. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I go back and write observations. I'm going to write clear and colorless, so there's no reaction. This is what a reaction would look like. So I got a white solid. Thank goodness there's no reaction with my tap water and there's no reaction with my pond water. Now you're going to do this for 3 ions, and the reference could end up looking like this as a positive test, or you might see something else, and that's why it's really important to look at that reference.